Hi, my name's Kelly. I am a CBT therapist and forensic psychologist. And as someone who is relatively recently married, I thought it would be quite a fun thing to think about how we can support managing our mental health and our mental well-being when we are planning a wedding. Because if you're watching this video, I would guess that there are some changes in your mental state when you are planning a wedding. Firstly, know that you are not alone. There are so many different factors that even when we are planning something as joyous as a wedding, that it can still have an impact on our mental well-being. And that's completely fine. And well, it's not fine, but it's normal that everyone goes through it. So let me explain some of the things that I've used and I've supported other people to use when they are planning their wedding. So, building in a practice of mindfulness or meditation. I've got another video that looks at what mindfulness is, but basically, it's about to help you to practice on being in the moment non judgmentally. And it's about being able to train your brain to just be grounded in the moment rather than where your brain's trying to flip you off to kind of planning this, planning that. I've got to call that person, I've got to email them back. And you could do it while you are walking. So you could just go out for a walk. Bonus points if you can leave your phone at home. And just focus on the walk. If your mind tries to go off to different places, recognize it and then just bring your mind back to the walk. Using your senses can be a really great way to do this. So, noticing the colours you can see, notice how the ground feels beneath your feet, notice what you can smell, notice what you can feel maybe on your skin. And just by practicing mindfulness, it can have a load of physical health benefits, but as well as reducing anxiety, improving mood, reducing those cyclical thoughts, those obsessive thoughts, or just the negative thought cycles, and just having a positive effect on your mood. And you can use mindfulness with breathing. So again, I've got some other videos on breathing exercises which I would recommend to try out. And just practicing deep breathing. By practicing deep breathing, so from your diaphragm, it's about activating your parasympathetic nervous system. And that's the bit that calms you down, chills you out, relaxes you. So having a practice of mindfulness and meditation is really great in that run up to the wedding, on the wedding, and after the wedding as well. Another thing is to let go of your perfectionistic ideas. That many people plan or think about their wedding for a long time. And people have really specific ideas of how it wants to go by moment, even minute by minute. But having those perfectionistic ideas can sometimes set us up for disappointment. And it's not about that saying that everything's going to go wrong, and obviously that's just going to increase our anxiety anyway. But focus on the process. Create a planning environment that won't burn you out and lead to unhappiness. And people will remember your wedding day because of the people that are there. And they'll remember it if you look like you're having fun and you're enjoying it. So if you've got these really high standards of everything needs to be like this, otherwise it's going to be a failure, just let them go. Just things will happen as they happen. And obviously pairing that with mindfulness, being in the moment non-judgmentally, that can help you just to let go of those really high standards. And it's not to say that you don't have to have all the things that you want, but it's about that pressure that you apply on yourself, that it has to be picture perfect. Another idea is to talk to someone who isn't involved in your wedding planning. So this could be maybe a work colleague, or it could even be a mental health professional. But finding an outlet where you can talk about your wedding plans, whether that is excitement, whether it is concerns, whether it's anxieties, but it's doing it to an unbiased party. Because whatever you're feeling, that you should be able to share that with someone who is unattached to the wedding, because they're not going to try to make you think or act a certain way. It's the unbiased party that can help you to maybe explore what you're experiencing, rather than telling you, oh no, it will all be okay, and that fail-safe positivity that isn't always that helpful. Then thinking about your partner, the person you're actually getting married to. Do things with your partner that isn't just to do with the wedding. So when in the run up to the wedding, sometimes all you talk about is the wedding, which is to be expected. But you can still do other things. You're building your life with this person. So setting a time aside to foster that romance, to foster that connection, that intimacy. Because sometimes when you're planning, you may feel quite isolated or even frustrated with your partner on what they're doing or not doing. But focusing on something that is outside of the wedding planning, but it is something that brings you together to remind you potentially why you're getting married in the first place. So they're the main things I would say, and just being able to enjoy this process. So through letting go of those perfectionistic ideals, spending time connecting with your partner, doing some sort of mindfulness or meditation. You have other normal kind of activities that are helpful for your mental well-being, so making sure that you're not always on your phone or responding to emails. Unplug from that for as long as you can, but for at least for 30 minutes a day. Getting in movement, getting outside and moving your body, releasing those endorphins. You can do it in a mindful way, or you could do something maybe a bit more intense, but moving your body we know is really important for your mental well-being as well. So I hope those ideas helped. I know they definitely helped me when I was planning my wedding. But if you have any questions, then please drop them in the comments and like and subscribe. Thank you.